Okay, so a good day to everyone. So I do hope na naririnig ako clearly. So this will be the video lecture on the um, another unit, another chapter, which is on the poultry production. So last time we have discussed about the swine production. So tapos na tayo doon. Basically, we've introduced or I've introduced to you the management practices in an introductory level doon sa pag-manage ng mga baboy natin. So ngayon, I will be discussing all about poultry. Okay? So when we say poultry again, as a review, these are the avian species natin that are usually um, render economic purposes to or economic services to man. Ang ibig sabihin nun, when we say poultry kasi, ito yung mga birds natin na napapakinabangan ng mga tao, especially financially. Okay? So, hindi lahat ng mga birds na alam ninyo na lumilipad dyan, i-cover natin. Ang i-cover lang natin ay yung mga birds, mga poultry species that are economically important sa man. Okay? So, yun yung pag-uusapan natin for this chapter. So again, like what I've said, we will talk about poultry production. Aside from yung ang i-discuss ko ngayon will be on the classification muna. Taxonomic classification ng mga poultry production. And then as we go on along, further into the topic, into the chapter, then we will discuss, just like what we have done with the swine production, we will discuss the management practices. Okay? So yun yung i-discuss natin. Anyway, you can refer to the syllabus for the guide, for the topics, for the subtopics on this unit. Okay? So with that, first will be on the, again, taxonomic classification of poultry production. We have actually uh, I think three or four classification, um, taxonomic classification based on order. Again, these are poultry species that have an economic importance sa man. Okay? So first is galliforms. So this is the order. Galliforms or what we call as land fowls. Basically, these are poultry species that primarily or mainly live on land. So yun yung mga galliforms natin. And then when it comes to their family, they are all grouped into one family. Kumbaga, they are all grouped into one order, which is galliforms. And then they are all grouped again into one family, which is the Phasianidae. Okay, so itong mga nakikita nyong mga poultry species dito, these are all under Phasianidae and then under the galliforms. By the way, yung taxonomic classification, yun yung diyan papasok yung order and then family and then genus and then species. Mga ganun. Okay? So, dapat um, familiar na kayo dun sa hierarchy ng taxonomic classification. So, mas mataas si order and then mas mababa si family. Okay? So, yan. So, with that, ang una doon will be chicken. So, I think this is the most familiar sa inyo. Kahit sa ang sulok ng um, Pilipinas, may makikita at makikita kang chicken. Okay? So with that, ito yung scientific name. I do hope that you are familiar with it or even memorize itong mga um, scientific name nitong mga poultry species natin under the order Galliform. So, again, as a review, when yung una na pangalan or yung una na ibabanggit mo doon sa scientific name, that will be the genus. And then yung pangalawa will be the species. And then yung kung meron kang makitang pangatlo, that is the subspecies. Okay? So you have Gallus domesticus for chicken. That's the genus, that's the species, that's the subspecies. Then we go sa turkey, another one under the galliform. Ito hindi siya masyadong ganun ka-popular. as a source of meat dito sa Pilipinas. But for other countries, especially United States, this is a popular poultry species that they raise, especially during the holiday season, during Thanksgiving. So yan yung ginagamit. So ang scientific name niya, Meleagris gallopavo. Then you have guinea fowl. Ito naman yung guinea fowl. So yung guinea fowl mainly are raised for meat also, but they can also be raised as guards. So basically, aggressive, territorial kasi itong mga guinea fowl natin that kung may pupuntahan or may pumupunta na hindi niya kilala doon sa farm, usually nag-iingay yan. Kaya they are also they can also function as guard of the farm, of the house, mga ganun. Okay? So yan, guinea fowl. And then you have quail. Quail is Cotornix cotornix. So, by the way, yung guinea fowl, yung scientific name niya is Numida miliagris. Okay? Then for quail, that's Cotornix cotornix. Meron kang makikita pang ibang subspecies na Japonica, which is usually the Japanese quail. Yun yung popular sa atin dito sa Pilipinas, which are usually raised for egg production. Pero again, you can use or you can raise them or you can utilize them for meat production, but it is not that popular. Again, quail is a small bird. Kung makikita naman dito sa picture, maliit lang siya. So, hindi, when it comes to size, hindi siya ganun ka-enticing kasi nga maliit lang. Maliit lang din yung meat na makukuha. Okay? Then you have yung peasant. Again, this is one of those, or this is an uncommon na poultry species dito sa Pilipinas, but meron ka pa rin makikita. Um, pero again, they are not that popular. Okay, so yan, you have yung Pasianus colchicus for the scientific name of the pheasant. So those are your poultry species under the order Galliforms, under the family Pasianidae. Then you also have um, the order Anseriformes, which are typically the waterfowls naman natin. Yung mga waterfowls naman natin, these are mainly or they mainly live doon near bodies of water. Not necessary that they live purely on the water, but they have specialized structures that can enable them to swim in the water, or they that enable them to subsist or live um, longer, or can stay longer in the water. So basically, they live mainly near bodies of water, especially lakes, especially rivers. Okay, so again, these are the ancestry that are under family Anatidae. We have the duck and the goose. So yung duck natin, that's Anas platyrhynchus. So yung Anas platyrhynchus natin, that's the itik. Basically, they are raised mainly for egg production. And then you have yung Cairina moschata, which is raised mainly for meat production. Then you have goose, you have yung Anser domesticus, and then Anser cynoides domesticus. Basically, ito. Again, kung popularity lang yung pinag-uusapan, duck are more utilized compared to our goose. Um, Especially here in the Philippines. So you have yung itik pinas natin, and then you have yung pato natin, which are mainly used for meat production, yung pato. And then sa itik pinas, you have different strains mainly used for egg production and mainly used for meat production. So yan. And then since mahilig tayo sa balut, or mahilig yung Pinoy sa balut, then talagang mas popular sila. Pero again, you can still see goose here in the Philippines, but they are not that popular. Mas popular pa rin yung mga ducks natin. Then you have yung order Columbiforms or under the family Columbidae. So you have yung pigeon natin or Columbia libia. So yung pigeon natin um, years ago or nung 90s or 80s, kumbaga, these are mainly used for as messenger birds. Actually, they are used for war. Sila yung nagpapadala ng mga letters kasi nga they have a homing instinct. Ang ibig sabihin nun, kung merong mahilig sa inyo na nag-aalaga ng mga pigeon, kahit i-release mo siya sa dulo ng Pilipinas, babalik at babalik yan, it can navigate yung ano ng Pilipinas, and then babalik sa'yo. So that's the homing instinct. Usually for they are used mainly for as messenger. Pero um, as war ended, um, na-domesticate itong mga pigeons natin. And now, ngayon, usually they are mainly used for entertainment, but some countries utilize their meat, squab yung tawag doon. Um, they are mainly used or they can be utilized for meat production and even egg production. Kaya naisama dito sa mga poultry species natin that render economic importance. Now, talking about economic importance, syempre, since naisali lahat ito, meron silang importance when it comes to the economy. Basically, they contribute to the overall GDP naman ng bansa natin kasi nga maraming nag-aalaga, maraming business, kumbaga, yung nag-aalaga for this mga species natin, mga poultry species natin. Especially, itong chicken natin. Um, Laging tatandaan yung chicken natin dapat yung scientific name of those that are raised mainly sa mga farms is yung domesticus. Yon yung subspecies. Ang economic importance niya, they are the most widely raised poultry species. Kumbaga sila na talaga, sila na yung pinaka-popular kahit sa bansa ka pupunta, popular talaga yung chicken. So, valued kasi hindi lang sa isang product sila. They can be raised for meat as broiler and egg production as layer. They can be raised for their eggs as layers. So meaning as broiler for their meat and for their eggs. So wala ka nang hahanapin pang iba, kumbaga, sa chicken. So meat at saka egg na yan. Then yung distinctive characteristics, they are fast growth, they grow fast, and they are efficient in converting feeds. Ang ibig sabihin nito, na-discuss ko na rin naman sa inyo yung FCR or yung feed conversion ratio. Basically, they can utilize efficiently yung nutrients na nakukuha nila doon sa feed to grow rapidly. Ang mga broilers natin, they can grow they can be of market weight as early as 21 days. Pwede mo nang ibenta, kumbaga. Okay? Then, highly domesticated with various breeds specialized for meat and egg production. So may mga breeds tayo, may mga strains tayo that are mainly for meat production, and then may mga strains tayo that are mainly for egg production. So they are highly domesticated, meaning they do not have any problem when it comes to captivity. Sanay na, kumbaga, yung genes nila na build na talagang sanay na doon sa captivity. Okay? So, and then they have, through various research, madaming na kukuhang uh, na umusbong na mga breeds that are specialized or that specialized in meat production or egg production. Then, yung another characteristic niya is sexual dimorphism. Ang ibig sabihin nito, yung mga males or yung mga roosters natin, mas prominent yung characteristic or mas, like for example, mas prominent yung comb and wattles compared to dito sa female natin, which are smaller with usually less developed secondary sexual traits. So meaning, madidistinguish mo si male na rooster na chicken doon sa female na rooster na female hen natin. Okay, so yan yung ating chicken. Okay, so for the second one, which is the turkey natin, again, yung sinabi ko kanina that they are a more popular poultry species doon sa North America as well as sa Europe. Okay, pero dito sa Pilipinas, hindi masyado. Pero again, they are the major meat-producing birds doon sa Amerika. So, yung distinct characteristic niya, they are large body size na poultry species with, kung titingnan dito, broad yung breast nila, kaya malaki din yung meat na nakukuha dito sa breast part niya. Okay? So, that characteristic actually is what makes them an ideal species for meat production. So yung mga males natin, ang tawag dun sa mga male turkey natin is tom. Uh, they display a featherless, brightly colored head. And then yung snood nila, ang ang, ang snood is yung nandito sa parang beak nila. Okay, yung red part dito sa beak nila, yun yung snood na tinatawag. So, yung mga male natin, yung snood nila extend over the beak. So, kung titignan dito sa picture, and basing on the characteristic, ano ito? Anong, is it a male or is it a female? Kung titignan natin, this is a female. Kasi nga, yung ano niya, walang snood dito sa part na to. Then, they are known for their unique gobbling vocalization and courtship behavior. Basically, kung nakangeg kayo iti um, turkey, ang tawag doon sa ginagawa nila, yung tunog nila is gobbling vocalization. Okay? So, yun yung ang term doon. Okay? So, basically, ang ginagawa nun, pag they are excited, they are threatened, or they are um, yung pagko-court doon sa babae, kumbaga, during courtship. So, yun yung ginagawa, gobbling vocalization. So, another one is yung guinea fowl natin. Again, yung sinabi ko ulit, valued for meat production sila, hindi siya masyado for egg production. And then they are used for pest control. Usually yung mga insects, yung mga pests that they can consume, um, anong tawag dito? Talagang efficient sila doon sa pag-control yung population nitong mga pests na to. So, and then they are also used or utilized as game bird. Ang ibig sabihin ng game bird, usually sila yung hinahunting. Um, Basically, may parang ano kasi activity, especially yung mga mayayaman wherein they will hunt um, mga animals, and one of those is yung guinea fowl natin. So they are mainly used as game bird. Then distinctive characteristic nila, helmeted appearance with a bony casque on the head. So yan, parang horn dito sa head niya. Hardy and disease resistance with strong flocking instinct. So meaning hindi sila masyadong tinatablan ng sakit, and hindi sila susceptible doon sa basically they are much much healthier compared to the other um, poultry species natin, kasi nga they are hardy and disease resistant with strong flocking instinct. Ang ibig sabihin ng flocking instinct, kung ma-observe nyo yung mga sheep na sama-sama sila, kung saan pupunta yung isa, doon din pupunta yung the rest. That's the flocking instinct, and it is observed also here in our guinea fowl. Then, yung sinabi ko din kanina that they are used for as guards, guard birds, kumbaga. Kung merong guard dog, then meron ding guard bird. So, because they are known for loud, distinctive calls that serves as a natural alarm. So, basically, parang alarm nga sila doon sa farm. Kung meron silang they feel threatened kasi nga hindi sila familiar doon um, sa tao, kumbaga, especially if that guinea fowl is smart, then um, aguni data. Okay, natigsa, loud, distinctive call. Okay, so that's our guinea fowl. Then another one is yung quail natin, Cotornix cotornix. So, raised primarily for their eggs, but they can also be raised for their meat, and then they are mainly used again as game birds, as for hunting purposes. Kumbaga ito again yung hinahunt ng mga mahilig sa mga ganito, sa mahilig sa mga hunting, ganun. Okay? Yung distinctive characteristic, they are small body size with rapid growth and early maturity. High egg production relative to its body size, madaming iniitlog to. Okay, and then can be raised in small space due to their low maintenance requirements. So, kung makikita, maliit lang talaga siya. Although maliit din yung itlog, irregular naman yung pangingitlog. So, meaning, on a daily basis, kung maganda yung management practices, maganda yung egg production niya. Daily, kumbaga. Okay, so that's our quail. Then you have the peasant or yung Pasianus colchicus. Yung ano naman nito, primarily raised for game hunting and meat production. So mainly for meat production and then for hunting again. So kung makikita dito, we have two distinct look nung peasant natin. Kung titignan, ito yung male. Basically, ang key na dapat tandaan when it comes to male at saka female na birds, kahit anong birds man yan, mostly yung mga male, sila yung mga bright. Sila yung mga may um, mga design kumbaga doon sa katawan. So, mas colorful sila kasi nga uh, kasi they need this, yung aesthetic na to, they need it para maka-attract ng mga female. So, kung like for example, itong peasant natin, if the brighter the color, the more attractive it is doon sa female counterpart niya. So, kung titignan, ito naman yung female natin, hindi niya kailangan ng ng mga kulay-kulay kumbaga. So, kung makikita, brown lang na plain itong female, and then yung male, kung titignan, ang daming colors doon sa plumage. Okay? So, yan. So, males, again, have bright plumage and long tails, while females are more of a plain camouflage color. So, known for their strong flight and ability to adapt to wild and semi-domesticated conditions. So, those are your peasants. Then, you have yung duck. So, basically, yung duck natin, you have yung itik, uh, group into one na lang sila, si itik at saka si pato. Okay? So mainly yung itik natin, they are raised for their eggs, and yung pato natin for their meat. So characteristic nila again yung diniscuss ko kanina, they are waterfowls. So they have waterproof feathers kasi nga meron silang oil gland near the tail na kung na-obserban kayo, palaging um, parang inaano nung ulo nung duck doon sa tail niya kasi merong gland doon. Tapos, parang kasla iwaras na ijibagina. Ganon yung ginagawa. In order for them to be waterproof. And then, web feet adapted for swimming also. Yun nga yung sinabi ko, yung mga waterfalls natin, they have physiological structures that aid them in the water. So yung mga muscoviducts natin, yung Cairina moschata, differ from the mallard natin, which is the Anas platylincus. So, wherein more of a quieter nature talaga tong mga pato. Naringgor, dito itik tayo. And they have red facial caruncles. Kung titignan, yung mga pato natin, at the caruncles yung tawag dyan. So, sa parang burtong-burtong, dita face da. Okay, so yan yung duck natin. Again, mainly different na duck or different breed or strain are used for meat or for egg. Then you have goose. Ang goose naman, Anser domesticus or yung Anser cynoides, um, mainly valued for their meat. Pero in some countries, they process yung feathers nila as down, yung down feathers nila. So they process it, use for insulation, for pillows, mga ganun. And then they are effective in controlling weed. So yan yung importance naman nila. Yung distinctive characteristic nito, large body size sila with long neck. Kung titignan yung nasa picture, talagang large naman talaga yung body size at saka mahaba talaga yung neck. And then highly social and can be used as a natural alarm birds due to their loud honking. Honking naman yung tawag doon sa tunog na ginagawa nila. And then um, yung goose natin, they are infamous for being aggressive. They are territorial. Kamatunda ka no makita da ka, especially if you are in their territory. So yan, they can be used as a natural alarm also. And then since they are effective in controlling weeds, they are strong forager because they are strong foragers with herbivorous feeding habits. So ang ibig sabihin nito, kakain at kakain yan ng mga weeds, ng mga grasses, ng mga plants. Okay, so that's our goose. Then you have the pigeon or yung Columbia livia. So economic importance naman, mainly used for meat. So kung makikita dito sa picture, that's this squab na meat. And then you have racing for entertainment purposes and then ornamental breeding. Basically, may mga fancy pigeons na iba-iba yung itsura. So yan, mainly for entertainment and mainly for their meat. So distinctive characteristic niya, it has a compact body with strong flying ability, high homing instinct, yon yung sinasabi ko kanina, homing instinct, making them popular in pigeon racing. Basically, babalik at babalik yan sa kulungan niya. And then, feed their young with pigeon milk, quote unquote, pigeon milk, a unique secretion from the crop. Okay, so pinapakain nila. Basically, yung ano nun, ano lang, mga feeds lang naman. Kasi nga yung crop, storage ng feed, yung pigeon milk na sinasabi dito, is yung mga liquid na ano, form na nandoon sa crop niya, which is feed pa rin. Okay? So, yan yung pigeon natin. So as a summary, here are your species, their primary use, and their key characteristics. Again, you can review on this. You can review this table para you are familiar with the economic importance nitong mga different species natin. So yun yung mga ano natin. So please memorize yung mga scientific name nila and then be familiar dito sa characteristics ng iba't ibang poultry species natin as well as their economic importance or primary use. Okay, so with that, that ends our video lecture on the first topic natin on the poultry species na sa that are popular here in the Philippines. So with that, I do hope that you will have the time or I do hope that you watch itong video lecture na to kasi hindi ko na siya i-discuss pa once we have our face-to-face. So again, thank you for listening.